The day has come. Topsy is going to be pulling its first load, actual load of logs. We're now at the mill. We're doing a bit of mill transfer. A lot of you ask, how do you take the trailer off when you're in the bush? Well, we're going to show you. We're going to use this button top loader. We're going to lift the trailer off, and then we will be loading with this diesel electric LeTourneau loader a load of logs and then doing a mill transfer with it.
Okay, we're getting ready to go haul some logs with Topsy, so obviously you just need a few new wrappers. These are what you throw over your log truck, so basically you throw these around, spit them under, grab a boomer, slam them down shut. This is what holds your logs together.
Logging style boomer, like Chace was saying, when it's got a lot of tension and you flip it up, this can go really hit you hard. And you probably can't see, but I have 2 gold teeth in the back of my face from getting smashed in the face with one of these before. So the other style is a ratchet style. And this, you attach it to the 2 ends of chain, but you tighten it like this. So there's no chance that it can, when you open it, it's gonna snap forward. You have to ratchet it on and ratchet it off.
I remember backing this thing in when we had the mirrors off on the side. Remember when we did that mill test 2 weeks ago? Yeah, this is so much better with the new mirrors. I can't even get over how much easier this is. I can literally see my 5th wheel from the driver's seat. How many truck drivers out there can see their 5th wheel from the driver's seat? I'll be able to watch that 5th wheel latch while sitting in the truck. And we're latched. Little tug test. Yep. She's latched. Time to go to work. Tail lights all work, airbags are inflated. Test with the trailer downhill. Will we get regen? They've increased it even more now. Oh, look at that. That's holding back. I'm going to slow right down for the category with regen. And I'm full off the throttle. Yeah, came full off the throttle, no spikes. It is doing good. So you get that speed so they can track that. Oh yeah, we hauling ass. Came on a little too heavy there. She got power for days.
There, that was a good spike. You're fine.
Yeah.
Went from 5 to 644.
Okay, this seems so fitting. For Topsy's first real load, because we built a diesel electric truck, we figured we had to load it with a diesel electric LeTourneau. This LeTourneau log loader was built in 1970. Up here you got a Detroit diesel with a generator. Everything on this machine is run off of electrics, from electric hubs to electric winches for the boom. So this is exactly what a diesel electric truck could be. Diesel electric just works. It's reliable, it's a powerhouse, it's wicked good on fuel. These LeTourneaus were something else. I think it's really, really cool that our first load for our diesel electric hybrid is with a diesel electric hybrid. So you see behind me here, this is a big electric motor that with a cable, that's what actually lowers and lifts your boom. There is no hydraulic. It's not like there's an electric hydraulic pump. It's got electric hub motors, electric motors for the cable, electric rack and pinion back here. Everything that you see on this truck is electric. And I just think that's so cool that LeTourneau was such a revolutionary thing, that 54 years ago, 60 years ago, this is what they were building. Because we got tight bunks, normally for mill-to-mill transfers, they run the 9.6 bunks under permit. We've got a more of a highway spec trailer that's hauling out of the bush, so he's just grabbing the one load and he's putting it in tighter bunks, trying to squeeze it together. Basically, they're trying to do this to save time. Normally, you would load it with a machine that comes over, but because they're all about efficiency on these mill-to-mill transfers, they're trying to use this guy. He's just got to get that in real tight. Now I gotta remember if I can still throw wrappers. Oh! Nope. Nope. Ah, fuck. There we go. We are loaded, right? Like it didn't feel like I was loaded there.
We're pulling out there.
What are we pulling?
60 amps.
That's nothing.
Right?
What? No, we're only pulling 60 amps? Well, I was climbing a little hill there and I put my foot into it. Oh, this thing is awesome. It doesn't even notice, like I can't even feel that there's a load behind me. Like normally you're groaning, you're fighting, you're... Oh my God. I hope that camera was recording because that... Man, this thing is so easy to pull onto the scales with. What?
That was amazing.
That was awesome. The thing didn't even notice we were doing things. Honestly, I forgot I was even loaded there. We only pulled 60 amps of current to move that. This thing did not even notice it was there. I'm like, hey, this is the first load. We got a full weight. It's heavy. It's gonna be a bitch to get this thing moving. Like I'm used to a truck letting the clutch out, throttling in. We just picked it up and it moved it. Like we could probably pull twice this weight, actually 60 amps. So we could do 3 times as much weight as we just did right now and it would still be fine. Literally, we could do about 3 times as much weight. So this wasn't even a test for the truck.
Wow, this thing is awesome.
This is crazy.
It's like it's not even there.
Right? Like we're drawing less amp than when we were going bobtailing.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely drawing more than bobtailing. But...
Well, like when we were going max out bobtailing speed up a hill.
Oh, like
Yeah.
more than that, just moving the empty. Yeah, okay, that checks out.
Here we're kind
Pushing some decent power.
of, yeah.
What are we putting for power now that we got our
100
speed?
amps.
That's still not bad.
That's pretty fucking good.
What do we have? Like 1,000 amps that we can total to the motors? 500 kilowatts of power
yeah,
peak times 600 volt. We got about 700 amps.
I think so.
So we got 700 amps and we're pulling 100 to actually bring it up to speed.
Yeah, the thing that reports battery current's just fucked. It's saying we're doing 8 amps on the batteries. So that's actually probably pretty serious because that means it's not like it can't probably detect if we're overdrawing from the batteries. But that's like not a complicated fix. That's just putting a new Hall effect sensor in there.
That's no big deal.
Yeah.
No spikes.
No.
Avoid that big ass pothole there. She don't give a shit.
I don't think I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna stop being stressed for 4 weeks. Like,
No, me neither.
Okay, we're actually like almost 400 amps. So,
And that was a pretty decent acceleration for
Yeah.
a fully loaded train.
yeah.
We're doing okay. That car is in an awkward spot for big turn. I feel like a lot of cars don't realize that like places in the road, like shoulders near corners, are for trucks.
Yeah. Oh, little puppy driving.
This thing is so awesome. Like it's just so quiet and smooth.
Right? This is actually bonkers.
Oh man, we did it. We made it. The truck works.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Come on. I mean, I guess I shouldn't run all the stop signs on film while we're recording it like I normally would.
That honestly could not have went better. We didn't even notice that the truck was behind me. We pulled 100 amps when I really booted on her hard for some good acceleration. The max we pulled was about 400 amps, and we have about 850, 900 amps total that we can pull, so getting it up to speed only used half the power. We could have doubled the weight of this load, been 100 tons, still moved it okay. So these things right here to stop the logs from rolling off. So you pull into this wrapper station, you take your wrappers off, you swing these out so that the log is too high and it doesn't roll off and smack the driver. Just basically a little driver safety thing. Awesome. The first load went really, really well. So we used about 30 amps when we were empty. We used about 100 amps when we were loaded. In total, we've got about 800 amps available, so we can use 8 times more power. That first load is a little bit more constrained. Keaton, running the computer, analyzing the data, wants a little bit increase of power, increase of speed on the next one. We got enough time just to get another load in here before the mill closes, so I think we're doing good. Let's give her another go. We did one successfully, might as well go for 2. For legal reasons, we are loading exact legal weight for testing, and we're going to scale it at the scales to make sure it's exactly 65,000. We are not overloading for the sake of getting more data. Yeah.
Nine amps, eh?
Okay, so for those of you wondering the stats on what we accomplished today, in total we did about 140 kilometers of driving. In that 140 kilometers, that includes leaving our yard, going into town. We went to the log reload yard where we hauled from the reload yard to the sawmill and delivered 2 loads of logs. The total use for that 140 and then the loaded part was we used about 45% of our available battery to do that, so we didn't even need to run the generator today. Like that was, we used less power than we were expecting. To get up to, well loaded, we got up to 65 kilometers an hour top speed, and we only used about 300 kilowatts out of the 600 available kilowatts to move that load. So it used less power than we were expecting, which is good. Our regen could be configured a little bit more. It's really strong when you're empty. Loaded, we were playing it a little bit too safe. We'll play around with that in the future, but overall, this was an incredibly successful test. We cruised about 40 kilometers down the road empty at 85 kilometers an hour to get into town. Then we hauled from one end of town to the other. Not a big haul, but this is a first test of the load. We got that data. We'll go back. We'll have a look at the data. We got the Everything Electric show in the meantime. And then once we do that, we'll go back to hauling some more loads. We'll start doing some farther out tests. But for a first test of actually delivering loads of logs into the sawmill, this was incredibly, incredibly successful. So proud of the whole team here. That is a wrap. Day done, time to go home. Time to have a little supper. All right, guys, now that we've been hauling some loads of logs, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, because we're going to be doing some testing next. There is a little bit of delay in the video, so spoiler alert, one of the next things we're doing is we're going over to Alberta. We're going to be hooking onto the 40-wheel low bed and moving some weight in Alberta. Mainly because the sawmill is closed in BC now for a few weeks, and I'm not waiting on the testing. And then we'll go back to BC and haul more logs, but make sure you follow along. We're going to be doing some cool stuff.